Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. So I asked you all recently over on Instagram what videos you guys wanted to see on my channel this summer as we head into the last few weeks of our homeschooling year. And a lot of you guys were requesting my summer homeschooling plans. What am I going to do this summer? What are my intentions? You know, what kind of things am I going to be getting? And so I thought I would go ahead and get this video up earlier for you guys rather than later. That way, if you're kind of pondering over these things, this video might help you. I've done this video in the past as well. And so if you go through the playlist on my channel, there's almost 7 years of content on there. So if you're a newer viewer, chances are the question you have, I've actually already made a video on. And so if you're wondering like what I did when my kids were younger versus what I do now when they're older, or just maybe some different ideas from past years, you can find all of that on my channel. Don't forget to look through the playlist. I really do try to keep them semi-organized and so that it's easy for you guys to find the content that you're looking for. But let's just sit down and have a chat about what I'm thinking for this summer. We do year-round homeschool, but our longest break of the year is over the summertime. And so I am really looking forward to summer. I always look forward to summer at this point, just because I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for getting out in our camper, adventuring, and we have some really fun things planned this summer. But also we're gonna be home pretty much like the entire month of one of the months in the summertime. And I'm really looking forward to that too, because it is so nice to be able to be home as a homeschooling mom without needing to homeschool, if that makes sense. Like I can just wake up that day and say, oh, that drawer has been bothering me for 3 years. I feel like organizing that now. You know, like that kind of thing when you just kind of like meander around your house doing little things. Like I love that. And so I'm really excited about that too. But we're gonna get into all of that. Let's talk about summer homeschooling plans. So I think it goes without saying that at this point, homeschooling is a way of life for our family. And so I do not believe that the summertime is like, we're not homeschooling in the summer. I don't have that thought process anymore, but things do change in the summer. However, my kids continue to learn year round. They learn through experience, they learn through travel, they learn through boredom, they learn through exploration of things that they enjoy. And it's just the summer is a slower season of homeschooling. And it does look different in our household than the rest of the year. In the summertime, we take a break from all curriculum, with the exception of the summer educational bundles, which I have some printed out sheets right here. If you're a regular viewer and you follow on Instagram, you have heard me talk about these seasonal, this is my favorite page, always and forever, the summer bucket list. You've heard me talk about these before. So what this is an educational bundle filled with over 150 engaging, no, I think it's 250, engaging writing prompts, worksheets, crafts, you know, road trip activities, boredom busters, conversation starters for your family. The list goes on and on and on. So it's a bundle, it's a PDF download. You have the option to download the entire thing, or you can do individual downloads if you only wanted certain sections. And it is on sale beginning today through this Friday. So that's gonna be Monday, May. I wanna give the dates in case anyone is after the fact. This is gonna run Monday, May 15th through the 19th for 50% off. This is volume 3, meaning there's been 2 previous years that I have shared, and those 2 previous years have different themes. The first volume has a ton of beach stuff, so if you're taking a beach vacation, there's a ton in there. The second one has different summer type themes. I can't remember what they all are at this moment. And then this third volume is just, I would call this summer. It's got sunshine, it's got like just cute summer things as a part of it, which I'll show you more here in a second. So for 5 days only, these bundles are 50% off. You can grab the most recent volume 3 for only $25. That link will be down below for you guys to do it. They are regularly priced $50 and the sale is never extended, and you will not be able to get it on sale other than through that link that is down below. You can also purchase the previous bundles if you're like, I just want to have a bunch to choose from. You can grab all 3. The other really awesome thing about these educational bundles that I share seasonally, so there's fall, winter, spring, and summer. 4 times a year I share about them. I'm not someone who's throwing all these bundles at you guys all the time, but this is the only one that I use regularly in my own homeschool and through summertime. Is you can have them forever once you download them. So if you've got younger kids, you might utilize the pre-K section, but then through the years, you might use the 3rd through 5th stuff. And so these bundles are meant for preschool to 5th, 6th grade. The summer one does not have a ton of like curriculum to it. It is more like fun things to just those super hot afternoons where you're inside or you're on a long road trip and you don't want your kids facing a screen the entire time. This one has some really great things, which I'm going to show you, but they all are awesome and you can have them forever. Once you download, they are yours to use year after year, however you see fit. I personally like to make like a binder and then pull things through it that way. The road trip section, which is one of my favorite sections in this bundle, I'll make a clipboard for each of my kids, including my high schoolers, before we take our summer road trip, which I'm going to talk about that in a second with you guys. And so I just love these. I already shared the summer bucket list, but there's a blank version as well, which is right here, where you can fill it in. But I love these ideas for just some intentionality in summer. We stick that up on our fridge and it just gives us like summer goals, which is really fun. These blank ones, I always give my kids on our last day of the homeschool year because I want them to set their own goals for the summer, things they hope to do, activities, foods, like whatever they want. And reading these always cracks me up. I always save them because they're like set, it's a window into their mind at that moment. So I'll do that on our last day of homeschool breakfast when I give them our yearbook and all that good stuff. There's a ton of just like summer things. This one is called the ABC game, and it's looking outside the vehicle for things that start with each letter of the alphabet. It's just fantastic if you're going on a long road trip. There's very detailed adult coloring sheets, which I printed off because my crafty daughters will love those. There's also a ton of coloring for the younger ages. That's so sweet. Here's part of the road trip section, which I love. So this is a list of conversation starters for road trips. And I don't know about you guys, but if you've ever been on a long road trip, sometimes it can feel like, what are we going to talk about? We've been sitting in this car for forever. So these are really fun, and it's a part of the road trip section. The road trip section also has a lot of really fun games like this one called Dots that your kids can play while sitting in the car that don't have a ton of pieces that are going to roll around and get lost. There's a lot of writing prompts. This one I printed out. Please keep in mind that this is only a fraction of what is in this bundle. I did not print out everything at all. I printed out maybe like an eighth of it. So anyway, there's a lot of writing prompts like favorite vacation memories, so your kids can come back and kind of reflect on that. There's the road trip scavenger hunt. There's my kids' favorite, the license plate game. I incentivize them to see who can find all 50 states' license plates, and going through RV parks makes that a lot easier for them because everyone is traveling. We did that another summer and it was really fun. So they just kept their little clipboard and they went around and it looked like they worked at the RV park, and Jake and I had a good laugh about that. So we love that. There's tic-tac-toe fill-ins. I printed off for my nephew actually, who is starting preschool in the fall, quite a bit of the very young preschool stuff, but there's activity mats that there's a tropical section, there's a summer section. These Play-Doh mats though are so cute. So these are like little Play-Doh exercises, I guess you could call them. So this one says like add ant friends to your picnic. So you can have your kids just do Play-Doh on this mat, or you can put it in a sheet protector if you want to use it year after year. They're really cute. Like make some waves on a beach with the Play-Doh. This one was really fun, which I thought was make an ice cream sundae in the bowl. So they're going to use their Play-Doh to create these things. This one was create a sun with a happy face and rays. There's so many of these. And so I printed those out for my sister-in-law. Another thing that I love is all the some of the stuff for the preschoolers. This one is for those really early years. You can take their finger and go over it. 1, 2, there's a lot of really good review. Here's some summer counting for those preschoolers, pre-K. And you guys, honestly, you could even use this into the fall if you're wanting to do a very low-key preschool. Here's another one of those Play-Doh mats, which is fill in the rainbow. There's so much. There's so much. So I just love it. Here's some more from that road trip section, which I love, which is design your own vacation t-shirts, which I know my kids will love. There's word searches, which I printed off, road trip, word search, hangman sheets for passing around the car. This one I know that my kids will really love because they love giving me their opinion on things, is road trip this or that, so everyone can say what they like. This I'll probably do on our last day of our homeschool year, which is summer word work, and it's trying to make as many words out of the letters in summer that you can. So that'll probably be on our last day of homeschool. Here's another cute coloring sheet. My Olivia will love that. She loves like those little ice cream things. This was one of my favorite things from this bundle. This is the summer helpfulness jar. So I'm going to print out a lot of these, and I'm going to give my kids the goal to take helpfulness to be their own initiative. I don't want to have to ask. I don't want to have to point it out. If you recognize a need or can help someone, please write it down in this jar. And I want to focus on that as like our character trait focus for the summer. And so I'm going to print off a bunch of these summer helpfulness jars, and they're going to just keep them where they can see them so that they're reminded of that. There is so much stuff in the bundle, you guys. I really can't even go into all of it here, but doing this bundle is going to be like the only curriculum type thing that we do through the summer. I have purchased your workbooks in the past. It's a literal nightmare. My kids cry. They hate them. I hate them. It's not even the way that we learn. And so after a few years, I was like, you know what? I'm not even bothering with that. So I don't. So we don't do any of those things. We will use this summer bundle amongst other things, which I'll get into here in a second. I did want to mention that the Summer Bundle Volume 3 does come with a unit study on the book, The Trumpet of the Swan. So it's a 4-week unit study. It gives you all the instructions. It's very simple. It's just a sweet thing for you to have if you want your kids to maybe work on something, maybe 30 minutes to an hour a day, maybe, if that, and read a book over the summer. You, of course, could save this for the fall and use it then. Like, you don't have to use it all now, but it's there if you want to, you know, have a summer read aloud, which a lot of families do, and kind of keep that as like an anchor point to your life. So we are going to be using the summer bundle, as you can see, and that is going to be a part of our summer homeschool plans. If you would like to get it, it is available for 5 days only at the link down below. Definitely check it out. Everyone I share these with loves them. They are just fun and sweet, and when you order, you're supporting homeschooling moms. So it's a really fantastic win-win for everyone involved. Now, on the note of like curriculum type things, I just told you guys that we're not doing any workbooks. We're not doing anything like that. We're taking a break from all of that. But I will have my kids reading daily. They pretty much do that on their own anyways, but you know, that will be a continued thing. We always have books, so they'll be reading daily. I am going to require that my kids are getting into God's word on their own. Again, my children are getting older, and so really what I am working on here, as you can see, is taking initiative. Like with the summer helpfulness jar, I want to see them taking initiative to get into God's word on their own every single day. Not just because I establish a rhythm and routine in Morning Basket in our homeschooling year, but because they desire to be in his word. So I am going to challenge each of my children to read one of the 4 Gospels, so Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I'm going to have them each read a different one, and I'm not going to require a certain amount of time. I'm not going to say you have to read verses 1 through whatever. I just want them to take initiative to do that. And so what I will probably do is just print off a calendar for like the month of June and July and have them see if they can keep track of their how many days they were consistent with that. I want to see them growing in responsibility and growing in taking an initiative. So they'll be reading books that they enjoy, fun books, they always are. That will continue. But I am going to challenge them to be reading one of the 4 Gospels over the summertime, because God is ever present. It's always in our conversations. Like, it's just a part of who we are in our family and our lives. We listen in the car when we're driving, podcasts, teachings, all these things. But I really want them to see that it's not just something we do during the school year. And I think that because as homeschooling moms, and I'm being super transparent here, we spend so much time teaching that during the summertime, it's like we kind of want to break from everything, or at least I do. Like, I don't want to have to corral kids and, all that. So, some summers we'll go 3 or 4 days where we're not sitting down and reading scripture together, and I just don't want that. So what I want to do is have my own time, just kind of a time to pour into me, to recharge, to refill my soul and my spirit, and be reminded of this mission that God has had me on. And I want my kids to take initiative to read his word on their own, and not just do it because not make them because they desire to read God's word, but you know what I mean? Like, I've set up the system. So they need to be accountable to themselves. And so we're going to try that. The other thing that we will be utilizing is Night Zookeeper. We love Night Zookeeper, and so we'll be using that periodically. I don't have like a set system. As you can see, I'm just very relaxed in the summer when it comes to certain things. Like, it's not like in the morning from 10 to 12, we are going to be doing learning time, and everyone's going to, and I understand that some families need that. We don't want that. We want to relax. We want to sleep in, like all these things. And so these will be things that we use when the time is right, and when I feel like, okay, let's go ahead and do some Night Zookeeper, it's not going to be like a very regimented thing. The other thing that will continue, which I know you guys wanted to know about, is screen time. So I recently filmed a video on my screen time rules. You can find it. And that will remain. In the summertime, screens are not a free-for-all. It's not just like every day we're getting on screens because it's summer. We will not be doing that. Typically my kids play on Friday. They earn some time after a really good school week. And then maybe on Saturday they're allowed to play a little bit in the afternoon if we have some downtime. That's really the extent of their screen time usage. However, in the summer, we do end up watching like a lot more family movies at night and things like that. So the screen time as far as like video games and stuff, that will all remain pretty much the same. Again, I'm not legalistic about it, but it's just not my intention to have my kids on a screen every day. But we do watch a lot more movies together because we're home at night and the days are longer and we've kind of done all the things. And so when we're not traveling and we're home, we will end up watching, some movies and things like that. My kids' physical sports, all of their activities continue year round. So in the summertime, we don't really have a break from doing them. It's just the schedules change. So my oldest daughter has been doing CrossFit. She will be continuing that through the summer. My son is a competitive swimmer. That continues. It just changes times and days and things. My number 3 is doing jujitsu. Those classes will continue, and my youngest daughter is on a dance team, and those will continue. The class times just change. So them getting physical activity and being active is not something I ever have to worry about because we are just very active. It does get very, very hot where we live, so outdoor play becomes kind of limited, which is why we spend a lot of time swimming and in some type of water or hiking where it's cooler, and then also traveling, which is a huge part of our summer, which I'm going to touch on. The other thing I wanted to mention that a lot of you were asking is like chores. What does that look like? So I will have them continue on with their same chore system we've been using for our whole homeschool year. When I plan like our new homeschool schedule and all that, that's when I revisit the chores and the needs of our household. I kind of evaluate that system at the beginning of a school year. So they'll continue doing their daily chores and keeping our home a nice place. The next thing that I wanted to touch on is travel. So travel is obviously picks up in the summer for the entire world, but one thing that really is true for us is using our RV. You cannot RV in the winter very many places, and so traveling in the RV is done in the summertime. We have a goal to take a long road trip every single summer, and this year we are going up to South Dakota to see Mount Rushmore, and we are taking a journey on the way there and a journey on the way back, and I am so excited about that. We are also going to Hawaii this summer. That is in just a few days from when you guys are seeing this video go live. So Hawaii is like our big family vacation. That is to celebrate my husband's 40th birthday. And so we have a lot of fun planned in there as well. Crafts, I definitely am going to have crafts on hand for my girls to do. I just found some really cute bead kits that I ordered for them. I'll tell you the company name if you want to look for it. Let's see, where was it? All Kinds US, and then April Soderstrom. Those are the bead companies that I ordered. And then I forgot to mention this. The Summer Bundle Volume 3 has an entire section on crafts that can be made with only like paper plates and glue. So I'm gonna get a bin and I'm gonna put the instructions in there and all the supplies. That way when my daughters come to me and she's bored, because it's usually her, she can grab that craft bin and go to town. She has everything. It's all self-explanatory. That's included in the Summer Bundle Volume 3. There's other crafts in the other ones as well. So that is what our summer is going to be looking like. I want to spend a lot of time out in the sun. I want to just rejuvenate. I always find some type of reorganization project or bedroom rearranging to do just because I enjoy that, and I want to travel and make memories, and the learning doesn't stop, it just shifts. And so that is what our summer is looking like. I would love to hear from you guys down below how you are planning to spend your summer, if you are similar when it comes to kind of relaxing all the things but keeping certain pillars of like consistency as far as like chores and not being on screens every day and all that kind of thing. I would love to hear from you guys, so leave me a comment down below. Make sure you guys check out the link to the summer bundle. You can support me through that, and if you enjoy my channel, it's one way that you can give back to me and say thank you for showing up and talking about homeschooling for as long as you have. Sometimes I feel like I'm running out of things to say, but that link will be down below. And remember, it's only on sale Monday to Friday, May 15th through the 19th. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being here, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye, friends.